G'day Ragor, welcome to the stream. Yeah, trying out 1920 x 1080p. I'm seeing if it improves the spotting ability of looking at fighter planes. I'm having a lot of trouble spotting. This is Combat Box. It's on the normal/expert setting, and I'm having a lot of trouble seeing any aircraft at all in my native monitor resolution, which is 1440p, 2560 x 1440p. And I've heard that if you reduce the resolution, spotting becomes easier. And since I'm live streaming always in 1080 for reasons of internet speed, I figure it might be an idea for those two reasons to reduce my monitor resolution to 1080 and see if I can easier see, or less difficult see, any aircraft in the sky. Probably is going to increase my frames per second as well, but that's already pretty good, so that's a kind of a secondary thing. Mostly just seeing about spotting and flying the P38 Lightning gear. Okay, so you're flying a ground attacker mostly. You might need to adjust some tactics, like get a fighter escort and fly a course to your destination that's not a standard, like not a straight line. Use different kind of tactics to get to and from the target, something like that. Only 3 people on the server right now. I don't think I'm going to have a trouble finding anyone anyway, but I'm going to give it a shot. I'll have to look at the radar messages and so on and see which area is being attacked and then head there accordingly. Yeah, that's the other thing. Below treetops might be the way to go. Is Lommel. I see truck. And what else? Tank maybe. I think that's a half track there. Got hit by that flak veering. That was very costly. Oh man, he's shooting at me. Bloody hell. Should I go back there and attack him? Where is he? Kind of need to see his tracer again. There he is, he's shooting at me. Danger, danger, danger. Got him. There's another one there as well though. Ah man. No, there's no access on the server. No players. So I'm flying in 1080. It looks okay to me. It doesn't look bad at all. It looks good. Looks a little bit softer, not as sharp, but it looks clear enough. Right there, I think. Bingo. Got those tanks with the quad cannon flak veerlings. I think it must be at least 20mm. Ah, got an engine, got a fuel leak. Flak 38. Tanks. What about there? Didn't I destroy that? Yeah. Where's that flak veering? It's behind me. Right near the trees. In there somewhere. Pretty much use all my ammo on this. That was regular Panzer. Whoa! Sheesh. I'm going to try a different server because there's no other Axis players on here. Is Wings of Liberty running normal / expert, or is it running alternate? I guess I'll find out. Ragor, can I ask you what resolution do you use for your monitor? Are you on 1080 or 4K or 1440 or something? Oh man, nothing new. Do I want to do this? Knights of the Air, maybe. G'day, Jim. That's interesting to hear. Cheers. Tried turning off AA, but didn't make much of a difference. What do you mean anti-aliasing, or what do you mean by AA? Oh man, round will finish in 15 minutes. Oh no way! What the heck? Oh, what a hassle! Just got booted from the server. Yeah. Okay. Anti-aliasing. I didn't think whether to turn that off or turn it up or what have you. Does it make a difference to spotting? I seem to remember, was it Knights? That's a high-speed pass if ever I saw one. I seem to remember with Knights of the Air, or someone's come down on their nose, or another server, it kept on kicking me out because it didn't let me fly a certain aircraft and all this kind of stuff. It was either Knights of the Air, or it was the other one that's not there at the moment, Tactical Air War. Can I drive through that hangar? I think I probably can. Do I want to though? That cloud there, maybe that's the runway threshold. Where's this guy going to go? Probably got about 10 minutes left. Right, so got an aircraft over there which I'm looking at, so for the first time in 1080 I'm seeing what an aircraft looks like. I don't like the idea of regressing to a lower resolution, but what can you do? It's kind of hard to see. I can see him a bit. Fully zoomed out. If I zoom in, how does it go? Much better. Mind you, he's very close, about 1 kilometre maybe. Fully zoomed in, watching that Mustang. So far so good. Mind you, it's very close. Subjective impression so far is that it's a bit easier to see in 1080 than in 1440. Now let's do some aircraft spotting. Looking for that Mustang. Oh, I can see him. Let's see if I can continue to see him as I focus on him. One on the ground. Where's the Mustang? Lost him. Damn. Mustang landing. Was that him? Right, so I reckon this is the normal / expert setting. This is Knights of the Air. Just going by what I can see. I don't know for a fact what they're running, but that's what it looks like to me. Because it doesn't have the inverse zoom, and clarity increases as you zoom in, but then it doesn't have the increased draw distance. So, a couple of planes there. This will give you an interesting comparison of the aircraft sizes. You've got a bigger aircraft there, the P38, same as I'm flying. You've got 3 aircraft over there. Obviously I can see them just fine if I zoom in. If I zoom out, much harder to see. It's a fairly linear progression of spotting. So, mind you, running on a server with these settings, the harder to spot settings, the expert / normal, in 1440, I couldn't see anything at all. Now I can see a beautiful formation there. So I reckon 1080 is making quite a bit of difference. I've taken a jump down in resolution from 1440, from 2560 times 1440. I'm now in 1920 times 1080. So the resolution is much less. Much less. But now I can see everything. So, I mean, it's all, at the moment at least, it's all subjective, but I'm going to tentatively say that changing down to 1080 has made aircraft more visible. One of the problems I had was I could be hovering above an airfield with aircraft getting shot at below me, wanting to pounce on them and just not being able to see them at all. Not being able to see them at all. So let's try now that I'm in 1080, with the expert normal settings. If I get some altitude above these guys, if I look down, what will I see? Will I see them at all? Yeah, there they are. makes me thinking now. Do you know what I'm thinking now? I'm thinking if it's this good on 1080, maybe I should drop it down to 640 times 480 for the ultimate combat edge, the ultimate advantage in combat. Ultra low resolution, back to 1997 with 640 times 480. You hear the whirring of the 38 there. Have they lost one? I thought they had another one with them. now I've actually lost them. I don't know which direction they're heading or anything. Oh well, I've lost that formation. But still, while I could see them pretty well. 10 active viewers and only 1 like for the stream. That's sad, folks. Oh yeah, yeah. Everyone smash the thumbs up. Helps with the algorithm, which no doubt inherently dislikes this content because it's not to do with makeup tutorials. Ragor, if you're still in the chat there, if I may, what resolution of monitor do you use? Are you on 1080p or higher or lower? Jim says, what screen size you using, Frog? Think that will affect spotting? I tell you what, when I started off playing this game, mind you, I wasn't playing multiplayer. I was using a ancient flat screen TV, an ancient like LCD screen TV. I think its maximum resolution was, I suppose it was HD. And I used to play the game, like in the game settings, on 1920 times 1080, which I'm playing on right now. No GSync or anything like that. So I had VSync switched on. And I didn't have any graphics problems. Everything worked flawlessly, pretty much. But yeah, I was using an ancient television, like a big screen TV. In terms of inches, the monitor I've got now is 27. That's diagonally, of course. And the big screen TV would have been, I don't know, probably 50 inch, maybe, something like that. Mission ends in 40 seconds. I don't know if it would make a spotting difference. I don't have that TV anymore, but maybe if I got an ancient TV, I'd be able to improve my spotting distance, because on the basis that maybe the pixels are bigger or something like that. .24 on 1080. Okay, cheers. Thomas Lee, 27 1080. I think most people these days are playing on 1080. Yeah, then I'd get millions of thumbs up and millions of views, no doubt. Throw in some kitten videos as well. Perfect mix. That's interesting. So you used a projector, 2.8 meter diagonal. Spotting was easy, but game incredibly ugly. Yeah, that's kind of the inverse relationship, isn't it? As the game gets nicer to look at, spotting gets more difficult. Reaction vids seem popular lately. Oh yeah, of course, reaction vids are really popular. I'm going to do a makeup tutorial kitten cooking show reaction to something video. Millions of views guaranteed. Just just admiring my no doubt radium illuminated instruments. It's pretty cool, huh? This is very Star Wars, isn't it? If you just glanced at it, you might think you're in something like an F-14 or something. Sheesh, just got kicked for some reason. Lol be rich then, frogmate. Yeah, totally. Thomas Lee, I got a monitor with known flat color display and tweaked the colors through NVIDIA to dial in spotting. Sounds interesting. Was it a good result? Or? Green and red down to 97 and vibrance up to 53. 47 rather, not 97. Green and red down to 47 and vibrance up to 53. That sounds like something worth jotting down. How is the result? Ah, man, what the heck, I've been kicked again. Obviously, it's not compatible just now. We'll try Wings of Liberty. I won't be able to fly a P38 is the thing. Not to worry. Thomas says it's made multiplayer fun again. I was on 1440 and downsizes. Ah, wow, that is interesting. I had read about someone else doing that and it helped me a lot. Yeah, that's the thing. My experience, kind of in general, but particularly it seems lately, has been one of just like trying to fight invisible ghost shadow aircraft, visually stealth aircraft. The amount of times I acquire one, like I see an aircraft and then I turn and head towards it, and no sooner have I turned to face the aircraft than it just vanishes into thin air. So I think I'm going to have to do something like reducing, like what you've done as well. Maybe I'm going to reduce to 1080 like this. Might try and do something with the car. What plane do I want to fly? P40, of course. Extra guns. Yeah, 180. Now I have to remember how to fly the P40 again. Shouldn't be too hard. I was flying it a couple of weeks ago. Well, we've got aircraft on the ground there at least. So yeah, that's a fairly linear progression. I gotta be clear, the main problem that I was having with my setup up until now is even aircraft within close range, I would see them and then they would just vanish. I would see them and I wouldn't change my zoom or anything. I'd just turn and fly towards them and then I'd just lose them. And it just kept on happening. Or I'd look at one that was beneath me and I couldn't actually see the aircraft. I could just see flak shooting at it from different angles and I could triangulate it. And I just couldn't see the aircraft. So that's the problem that I've been having. Not so much the controversy or storm in the teacup of whether or not you should be able to see something at 10 kilometers or at 20 or 30 or 50 or 100 or something, but more even within close range I just couldn't see anything. Crazy. So that's been my issue. Alright, I'm going to head roughly north. Compass on. There's roughly north. Ah, and I've got a moving map. That's a relief. Don't have to bother navigating. Looks great to me. I also use a light shading effect through SweetFX because the game colours are a hair washed out in grey. This post I read pointed to an experiment that showed the red remains the most vibrant and recognisable colour with age. Well, I'm back on the Kuban map in a P40. Probably going to head for their tanks and just hang around there and see if I can see some aircraft and shoot them down, of course. So here's an interesting follow-on question that I'm asking myself more than anything. So like if I play multiplayer and I track record multiplayer and I'm playing multiplayer at 1080 and then I play the track back to make a video, and I record the track that I'm playing. But I play it in a high resolution. I play it in 1440 instead of 1080. I wonder if that is feasible. I wonder if that works. Because when you're making a video, you definitely want to do it in the highest resolution possible for the visual glory, for the visual effect. Someone's put a mountain right here. Might have to do something about that. Otherwise it might be an inconvenient. I'll just go inverted over here. Temperature's good. Manifold can go up a bit. Everything's good. I can still remember how to fly this plane. Mind you, it was only a couple of weeks ago that I stopped playing. G'day old core, welcome. Alright, we're pretty high and we're almost at the target area. Pretty sure that my tanks are on that road right there, in the trees there. Can't see them yet, but yeah, I can see some smoke. That's where my tanks are. So enemy bombers should be attacking there, like Stukas and that, and enemy fighters should be in this area. Be interesting to see if I can see them. I can kind of make out the tanks. This is in full zoom right now, so I can see the tanks below me. Usually flying over forest, I have no luck at all spotting any aircraft below me. Aircraft framed against the forest, usually I find it next to impossible to find. So if you've just joined us recently, my experiment here is I've reduced my resolution that I've got my monitor set to down to 1080. It's 1920 times 1080. Normally I'm operating at 2560 times 1440, now 1920 times 1080. So it's a less quality image. The quality is reduced, and that seems to improve spotting ability of aircraft, so you can see aircraft more readily, less difficult or more easy, however you want to look at it. So that's what I'm doing now. And kind of putting it to the test. This is not in the alternate visibility, this is in normal/expert. So I'm flying in the, if you like, the harder visibility setting, but at the same time using a lower monitor resolution. Engine overheat, bloody. Hopefully that didn't do any damage. I can see something over there. Is it aircraft or flak? Yeah, it's an aircraft. Maybe I'll zoom in. Don't want to lose him. So this is the first real test of having this 1080p, this lower monitor resolution. Normally when I see an aircraft like that with 1440, as I do this, I just lose him. He just vanishes. So I'm zoomed right in. What if I zoom right out? Can't see him. If I zoom right in, can see him. Now hopefully in this condition he won't disappear. I'll put it onto auto cruise, so maintain this heading. Where the heck is he? So I've lost him. He's gone. He's gone. The only justification for him disappearing is if he's in a faster aircraft flying directly away from me. So, oh man, that's disappointing. So this is where alternate comes in, because with alternate you can zoom out like that and you can still see the aircraft that just disappeared. Gone. Completely gone. Did you guys witness that? I saw him, I turned around, I faced him, Went towards him with full zoom and just saw him vanish into thin air. Completely gone. So yeah, my experience of alternate is when you're faced with this situation, you just zoom out like that, and you'll generally you'll pick it up. You'll see. I noticed that alternate was generally not that great at distances longer than 10 kilometers. But between 10 kilometers and 0 distance, alternate definitely gave a clearer picture of another aircraft. So where's my aircraft that I'm chasing? It's completely disappeared. So I'm flying at 1080. I've got all my graphics settings turned up to the max, like long distance, draw distance of terrain and everything. Nada, nothing. So that would have been a really awesome dogfight if I could have just continued to maintain contact visually with that target, which just vanished into thin air in the expert setting. So the round's going to end fairly soon. I think back here is where I was initially. I don't know this neck of the woods so very well, but I think this is... I've attacked this area before flying a Stuka when I attacked the tanks down here, so I know it reasonably well. And there's an Allied and an Axis target down here. There's Allied tanks and there's Axis something or other. 1531's under attack. That was possibly that aircraft that I was chasing, because he was back here. Well, unless I can actually spot an aircraft, I guess I'm again relegated to... oh, there he is, there he is. Yeah, there he is. Awesome. I'm going to have to zoom out slightly to see my tackle. Where you is, yeah. Oh man, I lost him again. There he is. There's two of them maybe. Yeah, there's two of them. Two of them. Great, I'll get to shoot something down. Alright, got that one. And there's one to the left as well. Which one's closer? That one. Maybe not, but that's the lead aircraft at least. Which one to go for? Once I lose my altitude, that's it. This plane certainly doesn't have a speed advantage. Which one am I up? Where you ears? Damn, I lost the lead aircraft. I better just stick to the tail aircraft. Where is it? Where is gain altitude while I'm still trying to find them. I've lost them. Ah, man, I've lost. Where are? Aha. Where you ears? Where you ears? Yeah. Again, I'm relegated to looking at the AAA, the tracer from the aircraft, because I can't see the aircraft themselves. Losing all my energy advantage so I can get below the horizon so I can have a chance at seeing them. There. There. Haven't even ID'd that one yet. It's coming at me. What is it? Spitfire, maybe. I reckon that's a Spitfire. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? No, it just vanished. Have to do the whole diving into the horizon thingy. There. What do we got? Is that a 109? No, that's a Yaki. What do we got here? That looks more like a 109, doesn't it? Losing all my energy. I'm going to call that a 109. Can't catch him though, he's too fast. Should shoot at him to entice him to turn. That'll of course alert everyone else that I'm here. He's doing the whole stall turn boom and zoom thing. Maybe. Maybe not. And I've just gone 100% RPM to try and hang on the prop a bit. Might reduce it. I'm going to stay pretty much below the aircraft so I can see it against the horizon. Don't want to lose it in the forest again. Warning, the mission will end in 15 minutes. Where you is? I'm never going to catch him. Come back and fight, you coward. Great 50. So this is the first time I've flown the P40 with the G effect. Interesting. I'm going to give up on that one, Owner. So basically I couldn't really see anything unless I was below it, and so I could see it silhouetted against the blue sky, or unless I could see some trace. Maybe I've just got a really crappy monitor. Maybe my $1,500 monitor is actually really a crappy monitor. Maybe I should go back to my $50 television. Mind you, this is on my least preferred visibility setting, which I think is kind of, at least from my perspective, proving my point that I much prefer alternate, and this is not alternate, this is expert. Where you eat. Where you eat. Now spotting is easier when you have sun on your back. Okay, that's... It's another reason to come out of the sun, to dive out of the sun. Be the hun in the sun. Well, the round is ending, and it's been very kind of inglorious so far. So I'm gonna say that reducing to 1080 maybe helped a little bit, but yeah, I'm still having some issue. And so my next best guess is that it must be that my system is not compatible with the expert setting. And I'm going to try and find a server, I don't know which one it is, that operates at alternate. Is there a server that operates alternate currently? I think they're all operating expert. Oh, sheesh, I can see an aircraft down there. I think. Where you is. I swear I saw an aircraft under that cloud. And now I can't see. So I'm relegated to pixel spotting. Relegated, I'm relegated. Because yeah, with that energy advantage I had as I was coming in on those two aircraft that were down there, if I could have actually maintained visual contact of them, I could have had some great success, some great boom and zoom success. And as you saw, I got closer to them and I completely lost them. Does that make any sense? Getting closer to something and losing? Alright, so yeah, the next thing that I'll try is I'll try and find, please write in the comments if you know which server operates alternate. Is there a server that currently operates alternate? I'm going to try, maybe I'll just do single player, but it's not as kind of authentic as multiplayer. I'm going to try a multiplayer alternate server, or maybe just single player alternate, one or the other, and see how long distance spotting goes. See how spotting in general, near and far go. Ten minutes left. Combat box switched back to expert for good, I think. Yeah, I heard that as well. I heard that they'd done with their week or so testing period and they've decided to go for expert. I wonder if they watch my videos. 10 minutes left and enough fuel for 10 minutes. That's actually okay. So that's the Allied tanks down there, looking for Stukas or any. Maybe I've got to do further adjustment to my settings. Maybe I've got to do something drastic like turning GSync off or something. Or I don't know, there's so many variables that if you want to, you can go tinkering around with. I can reduce the refresh rate. Refresh rate of this monitor native is 144 Hertz. I could reduce it to 60. So many different things you can do that may or may not impact spotting. Our artillery destroyed. And I can see an aircraft. Look at that, do you see that off in the distance there? No, I lost him. Yeah. That's too crazy. Just caught a glimpse of him. And now nothing. That's that one that I initially saw, which I was chasing. Five minutes left, I'll go and destroy their stuff. 4 minutes 20 seconds left. There's something there, I think it's a tank. Tanks and vehicles. Probably got time, hopefully, for another 2-3 passes. That's a tank. It's not going to do much to shoot. Not much there. That's trigger discipline. Oh well, that was my experiment so far. I think I'll call it a session right there, guys, and I may come back a little bit later on, maybe in about 5-6 hours, and try again on a different server. Knights of the Air ran alternate some days ago. Don't know about the current setup. Salute, sir. Cheers, regular. No worries. I get the feeling that they're all running normal expert at the moment, but we'll see. It'd be good if they would put in the title of their server or somewhere in the information settings what they're using. Alright guys, I'm going to take off. We'll be back a little bit later on, no doubt. Like, share, subscribe, support on Patreon, and join the channel. Check out froggyfrog9000.com. Cheers guys, and hopefully see you in a few hours. Bye for now.